Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wahoo Warrior channel. It has been, I think, 3 months since I posted the last video. This whole last year has been like, I'm sure if you watch my videos, you're like, what's up with this guy? So just, if you don't know, I went back to school for you guys across the pond, going back to university, trying to finish my degree program. I have 2 semesters left. So that with the kids and whatnot, and my cameraman, Sayun, who I'll introduce you to, is our foreign exchange student who's been staying here. We've had a pretty hectic life. And so I started this British project with Ryan Carlson. We ordered it a long time ago. And then I ordered a Japanese army a long time ago. And then they sat here on the shelf, not put together or anything. So as we got closer to Adepticon, we really started to, or I particularly started to think to myself, we need to get some stuff done. So I'm happy to say, ready for the combat patrol, ready for the nationals, and ready for team tournament. Ryan Carlson is going to be my partner this year. We decided to partake in the challenge was put out there by basically the Chicago Dice guys, where the teams last year, some of the teams were a little bit competitive, and they wanted to be a little more free. And we had a competitive list, but I had Paul Walker as my teammate coming from England, and we had a pretty hard list. But so the challenge this year is for the club challenge is for North Africa, or the Africa campaign. So we decided to partake in that because we want to take those bragging rights back to Omaha with us, and we're hoping to be able to do that. So I'm going to go over my army with you. I've been painting the last couple of weeks. We had this whole flooding thing going on, kind of put me off track a little bit. But that's the type of stuff that happens at the last minute. I'm very happy to say that I am done though, and ready to rock and roll. We're going to be heading out Wednesday. We're playing our first tournament Thursday. I'm going to be trying to record as much as possible. Put some battle reports up for you guys who've been waiting patiently forever and ever. Also, good news, very happy news. One of my YouTube subscribers sent me a message on YouTube and was asking when he saw my pictures about the flooding, and he actually lives right here in Fremont, Nebraska. So we're going to get together tomorrow evening. We probably won't play, but we're going to just kind of talk and shoot the shit a little bit, and so that'll be great because I'll have a player hopefully right here in Fremont, and we can put some videos up. And because Ryan had moved to Omaha, Alan's been kind of indisposed. I haven't really had a good game group lately to be able to just throw down a video. So I'm going to go over my army list for you. After I put them together, I submitted the list. There's a few things I think I would change after I put it together and looked at it on paper. In particular, our doubles list. But I'm pretty happy with what we have. I really love the way they turned out. So let me take that from you. This is Sayun. Hi, Sayun. Hi. Sayun's been living with us since the school year started, and she has been just become part of our family. She's quite the young lady. All right, so this is the British 8th Army for team tournament. Me and Ryan Carlson, we're both running a list. We kind of decided to go with the same theme together. And I got them all on one display board that I kind of hastily put together. I have army lists that are broken apart for each of us, but I think I can remember decently. So Ryan's going to be kind of our tip of the sword type of guy. He's going to be running, we each have a first lieutenant with a helper at regular, and he's going to be running 2 squads of 6-man Gurkhas. That's in the El Alamein campaign. We're not going like heavy Gurkhas, but the 2 6-manners will kind of keep people thinking. He has 1 truck, and I have 1 truck, the way we had to kind of split our platoons, because we want to be able to carry those guns, which I'll get to in a minute. So Ryan's list has 2 10-man squads with a light machine gun in them. And I think they came out, I really like the way they look. I just think they look really sharp, light. A lot of my armies turn out to be real dark when I get done painting them up. They look, I think I really like them a lot. So he's got 2 squads of 10-man regulars, light machine gun. Let's see, he has a Matilda tank. It's actually got the CS gun. In hindsight, looking at some of the army lists that people have been posting on the page on Facebook. I kind of wish we had left that light anti-tank gun, but we already set our list in. So I am working on a conversion for that tank gun to make it sure that our opponents know that it's going to be a light howitzer. Looking at some of the historical pictures, there's not a whole lot of difference, but I've got a little piece that I'm drilling out tonight, and I'm gonna be able to just slide it over the top of that to kind of give it more of a fat gun look. He has a Bofors gun, so we thought we might see a lot of like a light armor. So it's 700. It's basically 1,400 points. You can split the army however you want, but if you want to be in contention for best army, you need to be within a point or 100 points of each other, which we are. So he's got a Bofors gun, a truck. Let's see. I can't remember who has what exactly. So I know that my list has a lieutenant. I have the Crusader tank, which I'm really happy with the way the paint scheme turned out. I think it looks just really sharp. I think the guy's supposed to have a black beret. I just found that out recently. I have a 6-man light machine gun team. And then I have 2 10-man rifle squads with no light machine gun. So we're running full squads. I have an anti-tank rifle. Right there. And then I have a Bofors gun as well. And we each have a truck, just in case there's a scenario where we have to tow it on board. Otherwise, he can put a squad of Gurkhas in his truck. And then my truck, I don't really have much I'll do with it if it's not towing that. But, because it only holds 8. But I could put my 6-man squad in it if I wanted to. We have the free artillery observer. We decided to give him, and that's in my list, I decided to give him the 2 helpers. That way after he fires off, he'll actually be maybe a team of guys that can maybe do something. That's just the mortar spotter there for our medium mortar. That's in my section. And then my tank rifles in my section. So I like our list. It's really kind of like well balanced. We don't have a lot of anti-armor. We have the Bofors gun, a light anti-tank gun, and anti-tank rifle. I've seen some of the DAC lists out there, and they look pretty challenging for our list. I think in infantry wise, we are going to do fairly well. We went with the 10-man squads. It has an 18 order dice cap. What we wanted to run was a jock column list. I wanted to have the jock column where I'd have 2 Bofors guns, a light anti-tank gun, and a light howitzer, and an armored car, and some kind of paltry infantry squads to support them. But it just ran over on our 18 dice cap, with it being able to give us a well-rounded list with what we were going to take for Ryan, so we ended up just taking this. So pretty happy with it. Alright, so moving on to my nationals list and my combat patrol list. I'm playing Japanese in combat patrol. I've never played Japanese before. I played against them a few times. I meant to make my list so it was going to be like my Romanian list, where I take 2. And in hindsight, I should have, because they did make it they made it a 2 platoon, no armor platoon. In the doubles, you can take an armor platoon and 1 regular list. So that's why there's probably a lot of light armor we're going to see. But so 2 platoon. I should have took 2 light tanks and then ran the army like I did my Romanians, but I did not. What I ended up doing was taking a lot of my guys are forward deployers. I've got a single platoon, so I've got just a lieutenant by himself. Where is he? Yeah, right here with a submachine gun. And then I've got 2 15-man militia squads. So 15 men, they're irregulars, or they're inexperienced. And what they do, they are green. So I took a Chemtai political officer. He's right there. And I have my other 15-man squad of inexperienced. So I'm hoping to keep him close. And maybe I'll get a good roll and them become regulars. That's a lot of bodies, 15. I didn't go with the bamboo fighters. I thought they were just so cheesy that they would get. They've been getting no love from the tournament organizers. In all reality, I don't believe the bamboo fighters or the native irregulars should get any of the Japanese army rules. Just hashtag, because I don't think that any of them had the same philosophy of the Japanese army, which was kind of die at all costs for honor. Because the militia were just basically the bamboo stick fighters were local, like elderly ladies, anybody, I don't think that they would really bonsai to their death. But that's just my opinion. I think that's what makes them so overly powerful. So I took rifle guys. I paid the points for the rifles. Not planning to do a lot of shooting with them, but I can if I have to. And then I took basically all forward deployers. I've got 3 squads of native irregulars, one at 8 men with a submachine gun, and I have 2 6-man squads, one back there and one up there. One of them has a submachine gun in it. And then I have 3 improvised anti-tank teams. So I have 1, 2, and the third one is up there. The improvised anti-tank teams can forward deploy. The native irregulars can also run through any terrain at the beginning of the turn 1. So I'm planning to try to forward deploy and then pin my opponents down. And then I have the Horo, which is a heavy howitzer, 7 open top heavy howitzer. For the points, it just can bring so much pain. I figured I'd go with it. And then I have a medium howitzer, which I kind of scratch built out of a bunch of bits. It's a priest howitzer that I made into a kangaroo, a Napoleonic chassis with a gun shield off a British Expeditionary Force 2-pounder. And then I have a heavy mortar. My objective is to have my opponents freeze in place from all my forward deployers while my 2 15-man squads work their way up to wherever they need to be and just pound them with some HE. So that's the goal. And then obviously you're Japanese towards the end of the game. You could always bonsai if things are going south. My combat patrol list, I got an email back from Jeremy that he kind of thought my list, not Jeremy, Andrew, that thought my list was a little bit hard, which kind of surprised me because I have the armor car. It has a medium machine gun and a turret and a light machine gun to the front. I think it's 7 armor closed, recce. And then I have the 2 15-man squads, the political officer, a lieutenant, and 2 squads of native irregulars, 5 men each. I have nothing to basically knock out a tank, and I do think that you will see a lot of those like FT-17 type tanks with the 2 medium machine guns closed top, or armored cars with multiple machine guns closed top. I have nothing to knock out an armored car or any kind of armor in my list at all. I probably, in hindsight, should have taken at least an anti-tank rifle. But if I can catch one not moved and assault them with 15 inexperienced infantry, I think I'd be able to at least damage it. But yeah, whatever. The combat patrol, I usually just have a lot of fun and probably drink too much, so I'm not really too worried about it. I do have a horse-drawn limber as well, made out of some Napoleonic stuff. But so I'm really stoked for this vacation slash week of gaming. So all right, everybody, wish me some luck. I will be trying to do some live feed while I'm there. I'm gonna get with Paul Walker. I've been watching some of his videos. He does basically a lot of stuff right there on his phone, and then I'm gonna at least get some battle report type stuff up. So, all right, guys, take care.